No team, no funding. Just a laptop, Wi-Fi, and a problem she wanted to solve. That was the beginning of everything, though at the time it didn't feel like the beginning of anything important. She was just a teenage girl sitting cross-legged on her bedroom floor, surrounded by notebooks filled with messy ideas, half-written code snippets, and the quiet pressure of a world that kept telling her she was too young to build something real. But she had a habit of noticing problems other people ignored. Small frustrations that everyone accepted as normal. Things like how students struggled to organize study material, how people missed deadlines because reminders were scattered across apps, how simple tasks were made unnecessarily complicated by tools that were supposed to help. And one night, instead of just thinking someone should fix this, she opened her laptop and decided she would try. The idea slowly took shape into something real. She built a simple app designed to help students organize their daily tasks, track their study goals, and reduce the mental clutter that made school life overwhelming. It wasn't flashy. It wasn't perfect, but it worked, at least for her. She started using it every day, testing it like a user rather than a creator, noticing every flaw, every delay, every awkward design choice. She treated it like it already mattered, even though at that point no one else knew it existed. When she finally showed it to a few classmates, the reaction was mild at first. Some said it was cool. Others said they already used something similar. But a few actually started using it regularly. Then something unexpected happened. Those same students told their friends. Their friends told more people. And slowly, without marketing, without promotion, without a plan, the app began spreading through her school like a quiet rumor that kept growing. She didn't realize the scale of it at first. She was still sitting in her bedroom, still fixing bugs, still adding small improvements when she had time after homework. But one evening, she opened her dashboard and saw a number that didn't make sense. Hundreds of users, then thousands, then tens of thousands. It felt unreal, like watching something move that she never expected to leave her room. She refreshed the screen again and again, thinking it must be a glitch. But it wasn't. The pressure changed everything. What used to be a personal project became something people depended on. Messages started coming in from users she didn't know. Some thanked her for helping them stay organized during exams. Others suggested features, pointed out bugs, or simply said they couldn't imagine studying without it anymore. Each message carried a strange weight. She wasn't just building for herself anymore. She was responsible for something bigger than her bedroom walls. There were nights she felt overwhelmed by it. Nights when school assignments piled up, the app needed updates, and servers started slowing down because of increasing traffic. She didn't have a technical support team. If something broke, she fixed it. If something crashed, she stayed up until it worked again. Her life became a cycle of school, code, and sleep that never felt like enough. And still, she didn't stop. As the user base grew into the millions, everything she had once done alone started to feel impossible to manage. She began learning about scalability, cloud systems, performance optimization, things she had never even heard of when she started. Every problem pushed her into a deeper level of learning. Every failure turned into a lesson she didn't know she needed. And slowly, she started to realize that she wasn't just building an app anymore. She was building herself. Opportunities began to appear. Emails from tech communities, messages from developers who wanted to help, invitations to speak about her journey. People were surprised when they found out the creator was still a teenager working from her bedroom. But what surprised them even more was how simple her motivation was. She never set out to become famous or build a company. She just wanted to solve something that annoyed her. Eventually, she made the difficult decision to expand the project beyond herself. She brought in help, not because she had to give up control, but because she finally understood that some ideas are too big for one person to carry alone. With support, the app became more stable, more refined, and more powerful. Features evolved based on real user needs, not just her assumptions. And with every update, it reached more people across different countries, schools, and backgrounds. But even as it scaled to 10 million users, she never forgot where it started. A quiet bedroom. A late-night idea. A simple frustration that refused to be ignored. She still worked on updates herself sometimes, still read user feedback personally, still remembered the first version she almost gave up on. Because to her, the number wasn't the story. The story was the moment she chose to try when nothing around her suggested she could succeed. And maybe that's what made it powerful. Not just the app, not just the millions of users, But the fact that it all began with someone who had no permission, no backing, and no guarantee that it would work. Just a teenage girl, a laptop, and a decision to start anyway.